This is year 6 for attempting to run the South Bay Big Wave Challenge. All indications were this was just going to be the phenomenal winner.
This El Nino was definitely the most consistent to me that I can remember. Solid groundswell after solid groundswell and consistent and clean. El Nino this year was the best 6 months of surfing of my life. I surfed more than I ever have and better waves than I ever have, and I was blown away by what California can do when we get proper swell and wind and all that.
I think this year's El Nino kind of compares to other really big past years. I don't think it compares to the winter of '69 or '81 or '84, but we got some big waves this year. It was, I think there was a little bit more hype than it really turned out to be. Only a few places really broke big.
It seems like every year they're saying there's an El Nino, there's going to be an El Nino, there's going to be these El Nino swells. But this year really lived up to it. We had a good period of probably 2 months where I would say at least once a week we were dipping into that double overhead range.
You have to be committed to do these things. You have to put yourself to it in the sense of watching the swells, having the ability and the time to travel, getting up early, staying late, paddling out when you don't want to. All the factors you have to do in the commitment to be a storm chaser. Instead of the storm, you chase the waves.
The talent pool in the South Bay is unreal. I mean, we have awesome, just absolutely fantastic surfers. You've got your El Porto crew, jetty crew, breakwall crew, and Burnout and the Hill.
It was a great year. I think it was one we'll remember. And just seeing the level of commitment guys were showing, like Matt Maestro was he was down here every morning. He was frothed out like a Grom. Seeing Angela charge these just crazy days. And I think it brought the level of surfing really high, and just stoked to be a part of it.
It's really good to see all the young guys and young guys pushing it, challenging themselves, and focusing on really advancing their surfing, and I wish them all the best, and I'll be cheering them on.
I want to thank everyone involved with the South Bay Big Wave Challenge for this year, 2015-2016, the El Nino season. Thank you very much.
My name's Trevor Lasher and I'm from Redondo Beach.
My name is Chris Wells. I'm from Manhattan Beach.
My name is Matt Maestrel from Redondo Beach, California.
My name is Derek Brewer from Hermosa Beach.
My name is Angela Lerson. I'm from South Bay, California. There was no one out and it looked pretty big. It was definitely way bigger than we thought it was. I was the first one to paddle out and it took me, I think, 10 minutes or more to get out. Paddled out way too far, ended up being like 100 yards out and had to paddle in a little bit just to get my first wave. I was on a 6'7", I bought off Craigslist for I think $70. I didn't even think my wave was gonna be that big until I saw the picture.
That day was just amazing. I think me and Wellesley and Maestrel were in a good rotation for the bigger ones. They had all caught in a wave, and all of a sudden this one just beautiful mountain peak came to me and they were hooting me in, and it was, the bottom turned into the barrel. It was fun.
To me, it's not just one wave. It's not any one day. To me, I want to look back on the season and say, hey, 2016, I rode every swell. I pulled into as many barrels as I could. I took as many beatings as I could, and just be proud that I laid it all on the line. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated, and that's what I love about surfing.
That day it was just a perfect tide situation. Swell was peaking. There were some bigger sets coming through. I just flipped it on one that somebody couldn't catch, and just got the wave. It was killer.
Yeah, that day was nuts. We weren't gonna go out at first, and then my dad kept telling me, yeah, go out, go catch a wave. So then me and Connor got suited up. I remember looking over my shoulder and I could see like all the PV and all the torrents right there because we were so far out past the jetty. The first wave came and it was a big wall. And I was like, if there's one behind it, it's gonna be good. Made it over the first one, and the second one, it just had the peak on it. So I just turned around and went.